GEG Western New York Hangout, and we're going to just talk about some of the resources we have with our Google Educators group. Forgive the noise in the background. My son has decided this is the time to play with the loudest toy he has. And pretty soon the dogs will start barking, and so I'll just have to mute. So Jody, you'll have to take over.
Okay.
So let's get started with maybe the resources that you shared. So what are your top resources and why? We'll start there.
Okay. Well, the first one that I actually put up on our Google shared doc is the Techie Teacher. I actually came across the Techie Teacher on Facebook. They had posted something and I had followed them, but they actually do have their own website in addition to their Facebook page. And really, they do a lot of stuff with Google, but also outside of Google as well with tech integration. They're starting to post some more on augmented reality in the classroom. And it's a really nice source for a variety of tech integration.
That's really cool because I have not seen this site, so glad you brought this one up. Not sure if I lost Jody. See if we can't bring her back up. So we're looking at our Google Doc here. So let's see if we can run through this some more. Okay. So that was the Techie Teacher. So the other one was Shakeup Learning, and this is definitely a fan favorite. Pretty much is very solid with Google. There's a lot of great ideas and thoughts and that sort of thing. So she's a fantastic resource. Hey, there you are. I lost you. Yeah, you're with us again. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
I apologize. The laptop I was out, it was charging and everything, but out of nowhere just died.
That's always fun.
So I don't know what's going on with it. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, okay.
So
that's okay.
I'm on a Chromebook now.
Oh, there you go. Can't go wrong with a Chromebook.
Yeah, so I had that. Yeah, but yeah, no.
Okay. So I was just I saw you were kind of frozen there. So I talked a little bit about the Techie Teacher, but I moved on to Casey Bell's. But let's come back to the Techie Teacher so you can talk more about it, because I really this is a new one for me. I haven't seen this one.
Oh yeah, she's fabulous. She really does a nice job of staying integrated into social media and posting just a ton of resources that really apply to anywhere from K-12 for tech integration. So it really goes across the whole gamut. And she's just extremely unique with the variety of stuff that she posts. And she's kind of got a whole wealth of knowledge on a variety of tools from a variety of platforms. She does a teachers pay teacher type page too, if you're looking, for getting some really quick stuff that you can quickly integrate. But I really have used quite a bit of her stuff in my own classroom, from her ideas to, things that I have gotten through teachers to pay teachers from her.
That looks like a really great resource.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
It is. I mean, it's just, I mean, there is just way too much to talk about with that one. There's just such a variety of things.
She's got a lot on her site, but it's not, so busy that it's, distracting. She does a nice job. I like these.
Yeah. And she does, with her graphics and stuff to like make it visually appealing and, catch your attention, but also, let you kind of see, do I really want to dig deeper into this post or move on to something else on her page?
Right. Okay. So that's a good one. So,
and then she does the guest blogger as well. So, which is kind of neat that, bringing others in onto her page and sharing some of their best practices and ideas.
Okay. All right. So let's go to Shakeup Learning. Want to talk a little bit about that? That's one we can both chat a little bit about. I already kind of talked a little bit about it when you were gone. So go ahead and.
Oh, one thing I like about the Shakeup for Learning is not only just for what it offers for teachers for integration, but it does have the Google certification courses that you can access resources for that through Shakeup for Learning. I actually, when I got Googler certified, I actually used the Google One cert course that she has. So I think it makes it, that piece to me makes her stand out a little bit more because it is offering things beyond just ideas of what you can do in a classroom, but also some really meaningful PD for teachers that you can get through her. Plus the books and the free like ebooks that you can get. And then if you subscribe and you're getting her emails, like there's quite often a lot of free stuff, free resources that she sends you to download.
Yeah, I think her emails go about probably every week, I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's pretty prolific in her writing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like, she does have books, and so she does feature those, which is, nothing wrong with that because they're good books. They're a lot of quality. I bought her first book on Kindle, so that's kind of nice because you can have kind of the hyperlinks and read it anytime, anywhere you've got your device. So.
And then she also has, she did on her site, I think she still has, but sometimes you'll see them in her emails too, like a free like guide. It's not a full book. They're usually smaller than her actual full, but at least, it's some nice free resources and in some short ebooks that she does offer.
Yeah, and she does offer just a lot of her ideas are right on her blog. So she offers just so much that are free. I mean, she's a true teacher and sharer, and just the books help kind of organize everything together. And they're pretty reasonably priced. I think they're under $20, so it's not a huge thing. And again, the Kindle versions are cheaper. I think they're under $10 if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. All right. So the other one, and this one I have heard about, the Daring Librarian, but it's been a while since I've been back to that one. Can you talk about that one?
So she is an actual librarian by trade, but she's definitely jumped on, the media literacy bandwagon and reaches out to more than just librarians. She's has done a lot of work when it comes to media literacy and being safe on the internet with students, digital citizenship. Obviously, she has her library literacy pieces pulled in there, but she really presents a lot of stuff that can be utilized by more than just librarians, by teachers as well. And, she's just kind of in her writing, when she writes her blogs, she's just entertaining to read. So when you're reading up on some of the strategies or ideas she has, it's actually entertaining to read what she's writing. because she seems to have a really great personality, which comes out in her writing. So that makes it fun.
Yeah, I'll really have to take some time to revisit this blog. It is. I like how her posts are very clean. You know?
Yeah, and I don't know if you can subscribe to her or not, but she is out on, you know, most social media platforms.
Yeah, I wonder what her Twitter. Oh, there we go. Check her contact information. So looks like she has a Gmail account, but then I'm not seeing that. But wow, yeah, she's got a pretty impressive resume of stuff. Yeah, there she is. Gwyneth Jones is her Twitter. It looks like. Okay, I like that. Cool Cat Teacher.
Yeah, so this is a website where they curated a ton of Google resources on this page. Like you can go elsewhere on Cool Cat and there's a lot of stuff, but this page specifically that I linked you guys up to is just a ton of different resources, exclusively Google. And it's kind of like
Vicky,
everything in one spot.
Vicky's been kind of a big name. She and kind of like Kathy Schrock, I see as one of those kind of early adopters who've been around for a long time and have been sharing just so many great things. But yeah, I haven't seen this post for this 100+ Google Classroom resources. That is a huge resource.
It is, and it's categorized really nice. So, you know, teachers who are looking for something, you know, really a specific tool possibly, you know, they can, you know, easily go through and get some resources as you scroll further down. And then she also gives you like we're on right now, some websites like Shakeup Learning's on there, but like, you know, to other resources that like are her go-tos.
Yeah, her she has a lot of different things going on, but I know one of her at the top of her page, she has a podcast, a 10-minute teacher podcast. And that's pretty good too. If you like podcasts, it's really nice because it's short and to the point. And actually her latest one is right here. It's Mary Howder's a Grand Island teacher. So there's a local
Oh,
connection.
wow.
So yeah.
Oh, that is neat.
Yeah. So there's that. And you know, again, she's been around for a long time in the ed tech field, anyways, and shared a lot. So
yeah, and I like how her stuff's very well organized.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to your next one here, and that is the Teacher Tech with Alice Keeler.
Okay, so again, she's another one of, you know, innovators in tech integration, and again, it's kind of along the lines of like Techie Teacher, Shakeup Learning, just a ton of really good stuff on there. Oh, did I think I might have given it the wrong hyperlink. I'll have to fix that. But yeah, if you could probably just look up Alex Keeler on there.
Yeah, I think if we do Alice, just alicekeeler.com, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alice is really specific to Google, so she's definitely at top.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a good Google source.
Just that. Okay. What I like about Alice, you know, and I'm amazed at all the people that, you know, that post. I wish I had the time that, you know, or maybe it's the organizational tool, because I know most of them I've talked with Alice Keeler before, and she's got, you know, young kids at home, and you know, she was a full-time teacher, I think, for a while, and she was posting all this stuff, and she was getting like her PhD, and so I was like, man, she really does it all. But it's amazing. I think I just need to organize my life better or something, or not sleep. I don't know. Yeah. But she's she does some things with Matt Miller too, who's kind of a favorite. If you've seen Ditch That Textbook, that's one of my
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Google Apps for Education, the Ed Tech teacher, or did you want to say more about Alice Keeler?
Yeah. Oh no, we can move on. Yeah, the next one is just the link to GAIF that I went to the the GAIF summits, not last summer, but the 2 summers before that. I think both were out in Buffalo area. So this was one of the resources they gave us, as a way to stay connected with the GAIF community. But also on there, there's, resources for teachers. Again, this was one of the spots I went to when I was looking at going for my Google certification is getting some resources.
Yeah, and this is another site that I wish I'd spend more time on a regular basis. I sometimes kind of get lost and then come back to it and think, wow, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that doesn't it have like find an app finder that you can plug in like what you're looking for and then your platform? I'm pretty sure this is it. Maybe
I think it may be, yeah.
I thought I saw it here, like an app searcher or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is nice because it's focused right on the Google stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of like the presentations that presenters at the GAIF summits have done, there are several of them that will be posted right on here, which is kind of nice because there's been like some cool stuff done in, across the country or even other countries at, the GAIF summits, and you can't always go to all of them. So it's nice to see some of those presentations you can access through their site, that they share out the good things they're doing when they go to these summits.
Yeah, and I found that so if you go under the how we help, there's classroom apps, one of the drop downs. And when you click on that, it'll go like, where do you want to begin? I want to find apps by mobile device, or I want to find apps by learning. So if you want to do something like read and take notes, you just click on this and it filters you down like what type of device do you want to use? And there you go.
Yeah, that's a really nice feature.
Yeah. So good way to search, and it's nice and easy. It kind of walks you through. So it's nice down. Okay, and then how about your last one, the Facebook group, Teachers Using
Yeah,
Google?
there's a Facebook group called Teachers Using Google Suite for Education. So it's just a nice community of people who are, Google like-minded like us, and from anywhere from, people who have been doing this for years to novice schools are just turning to Google. So it's a nice place to share ideas, get ideas from others. If you have any questions, you post your question and, within an hour, somebody responds. So it's a real nice, network of people who are all using Google in the classroom.
Trying to do this without showing my Facebook to the world. But it's not coming up. So just within your Facebook account, just look for that one then, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just search that group.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll share a few of my fantastic goodies. Let me see. One of the toughest parts of collecting resources is that, where do you put them all in one spot?
Yeah.
Let me get my favorites here. So I pretty much fall in line with many of yours. I do have, and for those of you who know me, I love this guy beyond. He's kind of like my superhero is Control Alt Achieve. Eric Kurtz. And Eric really he is just a whirlwind, and maybe we can come back to his site if we're looking for more things to talk about. Although it seems like we're rattling along pretty good here.
Yeah.
Eric's site is amazing, and Eric as a person is amazing, and he's so willing to help. He really is Google specific, so there's no, you know what you're getting with Eric. You're getting Google tools, but if you go on his site, first of all, what I think, again, he is a master of organization. And so if you go down to the right-hand side, his labels, he labels pretty much everything. So if you want resources on Google Classroom, click on the Google Classroom and you'll see his posts on Google Classroom. So,
that's really nice.
Yeah, the labeling system, it's so clean, it really is a really clean and usable site. And he has been, if you want to learn about Google Keep and ways to use it, it's just, he really is just amazing. And if you look at kind of the date stamps of most of the blog posts, I mean, they're relatively recent. I mean, he goes back to 2015, but he really, over the past years, he's just been prolific, and he's posting stuff definitely almost weekly. I know at Christmas time he had the 12 days of Techmas, so every day he shared a new thing, and it was kind of a revolving around the song. On the 12th day of Christmas, he would call it the 12th day of Techmas. He would share something along, those lines, and it was really fun to kind of watch that. But he's also, if you haven't seen his webinars, if you really, if you're a person who likes kind of learning on your own, which I am like that, you just kind of want to learn in the quiet of your home. Not that my home is ever quiet, but you can just watch one of his webinars. And if you want to just watch the video, you can. You can also see, he'll give you the chat document link. He'll even give you the Google form evaluation. He'll give you the resources that he shared all through here, from the slideshow he shared to any of the websites and resources. And then at the end, if you take a quiz on the video, you can get a certificate, a professional looking certificate to, I don't know if your district will accept for CTLE or anything, but it will, it's kind of a PD course, and it's kind of fun to have him there. And they're pretty much solid an hour. He's really good. He's got a nice, easygoing format, and it's great stuff. So he's my number one thing, and he's a really good guy. He stopped by one of our technology integrators forum, just sent me a text or through Twitter and just said, "Hey Andy, I'm driving through, want to have lunch?" I was like, "Well, we're in the middle of a TIF meeting, why don't you stop by?" And he did. He stopped by and we had lunch.
Super cool.
Everybody, yeah. But that's the kind of guy he is. He's very low key, relaxed, just a good decent person. He's just always sharing stuff. So definitely give him a shout out. So my other favorite, I'm going to just grab my Matt Miller. If you haven't seen Matt Miller, I don't know if Matt Miller, everything he posts is pretty much along the Google line. So I'm assuming he's mostly Google. I don't know that he specifically does that, but his kind of general notion is, ditching that textbook. The concept is just, obviously using technology for powerful ways rather than just, the low key, kind of one directional textbook.
Yeah.
So, and his posts, he's all of a sudden just on fire with his posts. And again, he came to Erie Wombosies and did a workshop for us, and it was one of the best I've ever had, because he just got you moving, he got you going. He changed it up in every different, the whole day was different. There wasn't anything that was the same, but it got you up, it got you moving, it got you creating. So, and he just has a toughest. And I know he works with Casey Bell. I think he has a podcast with Casey Bell. And he also works a lot with Alice Keeler.
Oh, yeah. So they're all
they're all connected in some way.
And they're all like very dynamic, which is, I think, makes them, their resources so appealing, but as well as being very useful.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Matt Miller is definitely one of my favorites as well. So the other one I like a lot is Kelly Fitzgerald. Have you come across her? She has a site.
This is a new one for me.
Yeah, the EdTech Nut. Just take away the formatting on this. Yeah, her name is Kelly Fitzgerald. She has the EdTech Nuts Google Guides, and it's just a Google site. And what I love about what she does is she has she makes Google slideshows, but then she embeds them into her site, and they turn into almost kind of like tutorials in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So, if she's got just simple tabs up here of her resources and ideas, but then, for example, like getting started with Google Classrooms, one of the challenges for Google Classroom is it doesn't give a teacher a student view, it just gives you basically a teacher view. So her slideshow, there she is. But if you go through here, she gives you these icons. So if the page has this icon on it, that means it's the teacher view. And if it has this icon on it, it means it's the student view. And obviously, if it has both, then both are seeing the same thing. Mm-hmm. So you can see up here, she's got it kind of icon based here. So this is the teacher view of that. Now here's the student view of that, and so on and so forth. So again, here's what both people see, the same thing. So it's a really great way to, showcase things. And she has everything nicely labeled. The slideshows are easy to use. I mean, I've used these when showing teachers Google Classroom because it's just a nice, easy way.
Well, yeah, for someone who would be new to it or a novice, like it would be extremely helpful to have a tutorial like that.
Or even if a teacher's going to roll it out to their students, just
say,
oh yeah, what I'm seeing, this is what you guys are seeing, so it kind of be a nice walkthrough for kids as well, I think. But she also has a nicely organized resource tab here that's filterable, so you can look at its design component, tech tool function, etc. So again, nicely organized, nicely put together, not too much. I haven't really seen this courses page. That's kind of cool. I haven't even seen this. Best online courses for teachers by teachers. I'll have to check that out. But Kelly Fitzgerald is good. So she's the EdTech Nut. Okay, and then rounding out my resources, and I didn't even have him linked here, I've really just gotten hooked on him recently, and he's awesome, is Jake Miller. I don't know if you've seen Jake Miller.
I don't think so.
Kondrak from Ripley shared this at one of our TIFF meetings. So let me just see. I think it's jakemiller.net, if I'm not mistaken. But he's pretty much Google. Yeah, this is him right here. So jakemiller.net. And this guy is really amazing. And he does some things that just are new ideas out of the box that I just never thought of. So
I will have to add him to my list as well, because I have not seen that resource before.
Yeah, he is, like I said, I just really learned about him since February. But if you go to like his GIFs, he makes he'll give you a folder worth of GIFs that will explain different Google things.
Oh, so, wow.
Like adding images, if you're a Schoology user, let me see. So autoplay loop slide. So if you click on it, it's just a GIF or a GIF, whichever way you want to pronounce it. But it just highlights something quick and easy.
Oh, that's nice.
It's probably like a 10-second thing. But if you want to show something to somebody really quick, probably under 5-10 seconds, there you go. I mean, how cool is that?
Well, even and taking these and embedding them somewhere, or having even QR codes to them for your students to access. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
And there you have it for them.
Yeah. So you just add it to your drive, you know, you can add this whole folder worth of stuff. So you've got Google ready resources for you at the tip of your fingers if you put it in your Google Drive. So I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah.
So
that's
really slick. And he actually
like that a
shows
lot.
you, one of his posts actually shows you how to create GIFs or GIFs using Google Slides. It's really not that hard. I tried it once. It's basically you create the slideshow you want. You know, you almost like are making like a stop motion animation.
Yeah.
And then you basically just go to this GIF creator. You save all the slides, I think, as JPEGs or something, and then you go to this GIF animation creator, and bam, it'll create the GIF for you. It's really cool.
Wow.
So yeah, and you know it's fun too if you're on Twitter and you like one of his posts or something, or you pass it on, or you comment on something he posts. He usually responds right to you. Man, it's usually something funny. He'll put like an animated GIF or something. It's really fun. He's a really fun guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's 3 Screencastify features you didn't know about. I don't know if you're a Screencastify user.
Yeah.
But he showed me that with Screencastify, when you make a video and you put it into, you know, you can select just the application window. When you select the application window, you actually get a palette of tools in the bottom left-hand corner, so you can actually animate and like do drawings on your what you're showcasing. So you know, this guy's really cool, and I just came up with, you know, this one a while, you know, maybe 2 months ago, and I'm hooked. He's got some great stuff. Like I said, he's a lively and fun guy, and it kind of comes through on his website, and it comes through in his Twitter feed, and comes through on his stuff. But really good stuff. Really good stuff. Okay, so those are my biggies.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like my friend Melanie Kitchens in here. I don't know if she's watching us. I don't know if she can. Thought we were going to kind of bring her on into this little session. Maybe I didn't set up our Hangout so other people can join. Maybe that's what I didn't do right. But being this our first time out, they'll have to give us. So we've got a couple of viewers out there. But yeah, I know you can get other people logged into your Hangout. Just don't know how to do it. Okay, so other places, other resources, any other thing you want to?
Not anything I can think offhand, you know, because sometimes I come across something, I'm like, that's excellent, and I'm going to use that. And then I don't ever save the site somewhere. I got to get better at that. So, but the ones that I shared are kind of my go-tos. But, you know, I often find like just social media is such a great place. Like that's how I found Techie Teacher. And of course that Facebook group, you know, finding some potentially really good resources. So I just have to remember to make sure that I'm saving them all somewhere.
Exactly.
Because you always think, oh, I'll remember that. That was so good. I'll remember it.
Right.
You don't.
So one of the other things that we're part of the Tech Integrators North, and my colleague Melanie Kitchen runs that. And one of the things we do at the Tech North group is we take Eric Kurtz's What's New in Google, and he does it every month. And this is part of his GEG group. I think GEG Ohio, only has one group, which is very different from New York. I think New York has maybe 5 GEGs, whereas Ohio has 1. So a big state like Ohio having one thing kind of gets a lot of people all focused on the same thing. But at Eric's monthly meetings in GEG, they basically hash out all the new things in Google. So yeah, this is Google Educators Group, Ohio. So you can see it's, like Eric, very well developed and does a lot of different things. So
Wow.
I'm thinking that, he does things at their local ed tech conference. So maybe our GEG could put something together. Last year I just did a GEG share session at NiceGate. So maybe we could do that together with our GEG and maybe pull together a bigger crowd, like a Google Educator meetup or something.
Yeah.
I think we called it a mashup last year, where people just came in and shared their favorites. So we got a lot of stuff generated off of that.
Yeah,
and
that's
Carol
a great
LaRue
idea.
from one of the other gigs joined us. So maybe we can do that. So let me just show you Eric's. I'll just put the link to Eric's latest posts. But sometimes what we do at the TIFF meetings in the afternoon that are kind of Google things, or just share. And everyone kind of looks at Eric's work, and then we kind of compare notes, like, what did you see from all of these resources that you liked? And there's just so much. I mean, Google Ads Hangouts chat. Maybe the last kind of thing I'll roll out there is Google has this arts and culture area, and they have this awesome little add-on. And I don't know that I'd recommend it for teachers per se, because it's going to show classic works of art. So if you're an elementary teacher, of course, some classic works of art may have, nudity.
Yes.
So you may not want to put that on your home screen and display it in front of the room. They are classic works of arts, but you don't want those little kids going home and saying the teacher put a nude picture on the screen. That doesn't go over well. So, but anyways, for you as a private user, or just someone who loves, art, if you enable the Google Arts and Culture extension, and that's just right through the Google Store.
Mm-hmm.
So you just go to the web store and go Google Arts and Culture. There it is. It's this first one. So it's just an extension. So it'll show up at the top. And then again, every time you open a new tab, it'll give you this work of art. So this is a picture of the Eiffel Tower. And if you click on it, it'll give you, it'll take you to the Google Arts and Culture page, where you can get a close-up look of the picture that you like. And then you can also, let me just shrink that down again. You can save it as a favorite. So if you really like it, you can develop a bunch of favorites. You can also share it out through social media. You can also, there's other things you can do here in this site, but so it gives you a whole bunch of things. Again, we could probably spend another hour just going through this site, but it's really cool. I love this, like 360 videos. You can get 360 of, I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, Philharmonic Hamburg, maybe?
Oh, that's neat.
I know. Isn't that really cool?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, my...
but even in the classroom, if you're pre-selecting what you're putting up there, and you're not sending the kids there, but using your smartboard or whatever, like, you could utilize some of this. Totally.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you just
definitely.
have to like preview and not just like kind of send the kids on their way with it.
Right. Yeah, and you can actually, if this is like, I'm on this Eiffel Tower picture, so that's going to stay there until I hit the refresh button.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, it is going to it's going to stay this picture until you actually, once you hit that, refresh
Mm-hmm.
it. And again, it's not like, most of the sites are very appropriate for education, and they could actually be,
Mm-hmm.
Conversation pieces. A lot of, here's Sunrise Yosemite Valley. I mean, these are Aaron Carter Museum of American Art. I mean, these are classic,
Mm-hmm.
classic pieces of art. Like I said, I wouldn't have any problem for the high school teacher showing this.
Yeah. And like what a great way for kids to see real art.
Mm-hmm.
And like in this one right here, like, you know, what are they doing? Like you could integrate this with ELA and do an inferencing activity.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and even just talk about the style and the culture
mhm,
that's behind the painting.
mhm,
That's always been kind of, and you know, maybe your husband as a social studies teacher probably knows that, you know, often I say this as a former elementary teacher who used to love social studies, is that we often forget the arts and music as part of history learning, and
mhm.
they're so integral to that. And with today's
Well,
technology,
in my undergrad, I took a history through art course, and I probably learned more in that course because of the art connection than I did reading from a book.
yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we are, and especially, you know, today's kid is probably more of a visual learner, today's student, because we're such an icon-based society. So
Yeah, so that's, I think that tool and or app in Google will really has a lot of potential for the classroom.
yep, agreed. Whoops. Okay. You know, I'll just share out that extension real quick unless I closed it out. So I'll share that Google Arts and Culture link. There it is. Oh, it's only going to let me share it out through a G+ link. Oh, maybe. Oh, you know, I can just do that. All right. Well, I think if it's okay with you, I think we could probably wrap things up there. We'll share this out. I'll make the, oh, it looks like someone, oh, Melanie is here. He just wrote something in there. I could make her, why? But I like this kind of format, so we'll try and do this maybe bi-monthly. Get the GEG group together and do some more of these, and maybe put together a we'll put these out. Maybe we probably should have some place to put these so we can save our work. So we'll make maybe a shared folder. So
Sounds good.
All right. And Melanie says great info, but she's ready for bed. So all right. Well, thanks, Jody, for getting together. We'll share this out.
Thank you for spearheading this.
Yeah. And let's think about doing this in a month or two.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Jody.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Have a great night, Andy.
Okay. You too. Bye-bye.